and welcome back to another installment of Road to Frozen Empire. That's right, we are one movie away to finally be at the end of the road of this incredible journey of me talking about my favorite series of films of all time. Today, though, we're gonna be talking about possibly the most controversial entry in this franchise. That's right, I'm going to be talking about Ghostbusters 2016, or as it's been called in recent years, Ghostbusters Answer the Call. Now, before I say anything else, I need to say this right out the bat. I do not like this film. Wait! Before you make any assumptions, please let me explain myself. No, I do not have a hate boner like a lot of fucking idiots on the internet seem to have with this movie, okay? But also, I can't lie to you guys. I'm sorry, I just can't do that. I'm gonna be as fair as possible when talking about this movie. I'm gonna be talking about the few things that I like and think work about this film, and then after that, I'll get into the stuff that I just do not like, the stuff that just did not work for me at all. Please, bear with me. I've been actually kind of scared to talk about this movie, if I'm being honest. So, hold on to your seats and let's talk about Ghostbusters 2016. Ghostbusters 2016 was directed by Paul Feig, and honestly, this is the only time we're trying to talk about the plot is kinda meaningless because it's just the same as the plot of the original, with only a few differences here and there. But at the end of the day, it's quite literally a one-to-one recreation of the original film. I'm not even joking about this. For example, the big baddie of the original was Ghostbusters. He's really threatening and eerie god from another century. Here, it's just some geeky guy that gets bullied all the time. It's fucking stupid. This time around is an entirely female team of Ghostbusters, which to me at the time seemed like a pretty freaking awesome idea. Now, unfortunately, that's kind of the only thing this movie sells itself on. This movie is just, it's Ghostbusters, but with women. Okay, what else? Now, before I get into my complaints about the film, let's talk about the stuff that I actually liked quite a bit. The stuff that, to me, personally worked, or the stuff that I found the most interesting. Boy, that's gonna be a really long discussion, so I need to get these positives out of the way immediately. This might be a controversial opinion, but one of the things that I actually enjoyed about the film was the tech that the Ghostbusters use in this film. Now, yes, I do feel like the proton packs look a little bit weird, and they don't really make the same noises or sound effects, and that kind of bugs the shit out of me. When it comes to the rest of the technology here, I thought it was all pretty creative. It all looked really cool. There's like a ghost bear trap, but this unfortunately only comes out like during the credits, and that's kind of lame. I was like, oh, that would have been cool to see. The look of the trap of the Ghostbusters is actually quite neat. It almost looks like this really elongated canister that opens up, and it's like this huge vacuum. I think it's really, really awesome. I actually like that new version of the Ghostbusters trap. There's like double wielding pistol proton guns, a cannon proton gun. In general, this is the kind of stuff that I hope the future Ghostbusters things that we get in the future start doing. It's like changing the tech to where it's still Ghostbusters-y, you know? It still looks like the tech that the Ghostbusters use, but it's all these different things like a Ghostbuster shotgun or something. I would love to see all these crazy ideas with the tech be explored in the future. I think it would be cool. And this movie does explore that quite a bit, and I actually appreciated that about it. One of the other things that I actually really enjoyed about this film was Kate McKinnon's character. Out of everybody in the cast, I truly believe that Kate McKinnon is the only one that's bringing any actual personality to this film. This movie has a huge personality crisis. All of these characters are either boring or uninteresting or lame as shit. Kate McKinnon's character is like the techie one of the team. She's the one that builds all the equipment. She's the one that comes up with all of these new and different and unique inventions. She's the only one that actually brings some personality and some genuine fun to the film. She's the only one that seemed like was trying to go above and beyond what the script told him to do. Her character is genuinely the only character here that I could believe that would be part of the original Ghostbusters. Like her attitude, the way she acts, just feels very in line with that type of Ghostbusters, that if you just plucked her out of this movie and put her in any of the other like canon Ghostbusters movies, like the original or the second one or Afterlife or even the future Frozen Empire, she would fit perfectly. Unfortunately, that's all the stuff that I liked about it. Yeah, now it's time to talk about the stuff that I didn't quite like. Let's talk about the script. This one is possibly the one that is the most detrimental to the film for many reasons. The film was written by Katie DePaul and Paul Feig. I'm not super familiar with Katie's work, but I know Paul has written and directed a couple of good things in the past. So you would expect a script with lots of funny dialogue, right? Well, we don't get that here, unfortunately. Instead, we get a pretty mediocre script with really not that many laughs. In fact, I can't really say that there's anything that actually funny in the film.
I think it might be a ghost. Oh no, it's not. It's just a bird. Bye. There's the door. Later days. Can you hear this? Let me turn it up.
This is incredibly immature behavior.
Got it.
Kate McKinnon is fun, like I mentioned before, but it's her acting that elevates her material. This script is not finished. It feels like the first draft of the script, where Paul Feig just told his entire cast, here's one draft of the script, go fucking wild. Who cares? It'll work all at the end. It's 20% the script, and the rest is just these actors trying to ad-lib everything from important dialogue, from jokes. It feels unfocused. And because of that, the script unfortunately falters because of this, and the performances also suffer from this. There's a lot of scenes like that in this movie, where there's a joke, and the joke just keeps going, and going, and going, and you're just wondering, when the fuck is this joke gonna end, or where is the punchline to this joke that I'm missing? Am I just fucking stupid, or are these jokes just not landing, like, at all? All of these actresses are incredibly talented. One of the things that a lot of people really like to say, or at least the people that really fucking hate this movie say, is that, well, the movie failed because it's women. And that's not the reason why it failed, you fucking idiot. The reason why it failed is because these actresses were not giving good material, so because of that, the actresses suffer from this. There's no good material to work with, so unfortunately, the performances and the actresses are gonna have to do their goddamn best to try and make this weak-ass first draft of the script work. It's the fault of the script, and it's also the fault of a lack of direction. It really feels like this movie was directed by like a ghost director. I do not see anything that is nearly resemblant of what Paul Feig is known for. What the fuck happened here? There must be something behind the scenes that happened that caused why this movie is so weirdly structured like this, and why the dialogue isn't snappy or funny or engaging. It's really frustrating. But now let's move on to something else. The VFX here. Oh my god, this is possibly the one that infuriates me the most, or at least it's one that really just absolutely, undoubtedly bugs the ever-living shit out of me. I love the special effects from all other Ghostbusters movies, so I'm just mind-numbingly baffled by the quality of the VFX here. They look ridiculous in not a good way. All the ghost designs here are also really fucking lame. They're all a bunch of like people in like spirit Halloween costumes. There's no like really interesting monstrous creature. Well, there is one. The first ghost that they catch is a dragon ghost, and I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of cool. I like that idea. It's also a very fun design.
Going back to my booth at the MTA, so let me know if you need some Metro cards, because I am really.
But the other ghosts, especially the humanoid looking ghosts, they look fucking awful. I hate it. They look like the fucking ghosts from the goddamn Haunted Mansion. Yes, Disney's Haunted Mansion. And even then, the ghosts from Disney's Haunted Mansion look even better than these ghosts. It's an overuse of CGI. The amount of CGI that this movie uses is ridiculous. I get it that you need to use it for things like the proton pack beam, okay? I don't really mind that. That's not something that really bothers me. But when it comes to the ghost, I expect that yes, you're gonna use CGI, but you're at least going to make them feel like creative looking and not cheap looking. No disrespect to the VFX artists, because I get that they worked a shitload of time and hours into these, and I know that they were probably paid pennies for working on these effects. My condolences to them, okay? Like, they worked their ass off on these. It's just an aesthetic thing. I don't feel like it works for this film, and it just doesn't work for Ghostbusters in general. Now we need to talk about the characters. These are not characters, they're caricatures. Like, for example, Melissa McCarthy's character is possibly one of the most annoying characters here. She's big, so let's make a bunch of stupid fat jokes and just make her fall on her ass all the time because, hey, fat people funny, right? Leslie's character is Patty. She's the black one and she knows New York. That's her biggest contribution to this film. And it's really insulting to the actress because I've seen her, like prior to watching the movie, the only thing that I saw her in was like in a few SNL skits, and she's funny in those skits. So looking at her here in the film, it's such a waste of a really funny actress by giving her this really, really stupid personality. Kristen's character is the smart and quirky one, and that's about as much as her character goes. She really, again, doesn't really bring much to the table to this character. And like I mentioned before, Kate's character is just the smart inventor, the techie person of the team. And even though she's the standout of the cast, she still lacks a lot of personality here. This movie just infuriates me when it comes to the cast because it's a cast of really, really talented people, a lot of really talented women that were giving nothing to work with. They were giving fucking crumbs to work with. When I was watching, I was like, okay, I can see how this could work. Okay, if you just change a few things here and there, if you altered some of these things and you replace them with something else, something more creative, something smarter, something a lot funnier, this movie could work and it would be at least either a decent or fun movie. It's not good and it's very misguided, but at least there are hints here and there that you can feel that they at least tried to do something. Did it work? No, it didn't, but at least they tried doing something. That's more than I can say about other movies, if I'm being completely honest, because a lot of people think this is one of the worst movies ever made. It's not a good movie, but there's far worse shit than this, okay? But unfortunately, this film just did not hit the mark for me, and it did not hit the mark for a lot of people. This was just very disappointing. Even when I watched it in theaters, I was like, this does not feel right, like, at all. But thank you so much for watching. What do you think of Ghostbusters 2016/Ghostbusters Answer a Call? Do you like the film? Do you hate it? Or are you just kind of in the middle? Let me know down in the comments. I really want to know what you guys think about this film. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed, and don't forget to share this video with all your friends, family, your dog, your cat, whoever you want to share it with, because these videos take a lot of time and effort to make. But like always, good day, good night, and stay safe, and I'll see you in the final installment of Road to Frozen Empire. Take care.